Thanks for clicking on State of the City. My name's Todd Prafke. I'm the City Administrator here in St. Peter, and we're going to do a quick State of the City today. I'm a couple days behind, but I want to make sure that I get one out there for you. So we're going to talk about the workshop from February 3rd, so Monday a few days back, and here's the agenda, or the primary agenda for that. You'll see some great items on there, including a discussion about the Highway 22, 169, 99 intersection on the south end of town, kind of in there by Quick Trip and Subway and Arby's. And then you'll also see some discussion on a trail in that area. Now I'm going to talk a little about that, but not too much. That maybe needs a little bit more discussion, further discussion in future states of the cities. And then I'm going to have some tidbits for you. So let me jump into that. So the council had a lot of discussion about South Highway 169, 22, Highway 99 intersection. And so, as some of you know, it creates a big traffic backup. And I didn't know this, but the DOT folks said this is one of the top used intersections in their district, which includes Mankato and a big area. And so this is a heavy traffic intersection, and we've started to see some more accidents, and there's some more struggles there, and so a change has to be made. So there's a lot of data that's been gathering, and that DOT has been gathering. And so this was really a second discussion with the City Council to look at ideas. But I wanted to show you some great information. I just love this. This is something that DOT put together, and it shows in a couple of different, very, I think, easy to understand ways where traffic movement goes. So here's a pie chart that shows where traffic movement goes, and that's pretty cool. And so if you take a look at that, you can see northbound through traffic is about 2.4%. Northbound right turn lane there at the Highway 22 169 intersection is about 4%. And anyway, that's cool. But this is even better. This shows very clearly the size, the bigger it is, the more traffic there is, where things are going. So right down here we have on the Highway 22 intersection, you can see. And so then you can see northbound 169 and southbound 169. So this shows really clearly where traffic is turning. And that is actually kind of the problem, because you can see so many people are on southbound 169 and making that left-hand turn onto South Highway 22. And this intersection just doesn't, at least in my terminology, doesn't have the capacity to support all of that really safely. So that's why options are being explored as to what to do in that area. There's also one for the 169-99. And so that one kind of tells the tale as well about where traffic is going and how it's making traffic movements. And you can see a lot of folks are going southbound 169 and heading up at the 99 hill. Very few folks are northbound on 169 and going up that hill. And so then you can see the through traffic at that intersection. So that's in there kind of by the bowling alley, I guess, it's right in there by the bowling alley and Swine Vet and some other nice businesses in that area, chiropractor and others. So anyway, that is great information, and you got to know there's been a number of articles in the Herald and certainly on our hot sheet about what's going on with this. And so it's gathering data, it's exploring options, it's getting feedback on options, and soon there will be an open house for the public to participate in. That'll be held at the community center, probably the senior center. A date and time hasn't been picked yet, but they're going to show this kind of data and then show some of the options that they're reviewing and looking at, and the city council's had the opportunity to comment on. So some great stuff. Hopefully by the next time I do one of these, I'll have some of the images of some of those options that are available, and we'll have settled on the final date and time for a public open house. So when we do these public open houses, there's not like a time for a presentation and then everybody talks. We set up a lot of pictures around the senior center, and people can come and walk and talk and see the options and talk with engineers and city council members and other folks as well about this. And so that's one of the ways that's worked really well for us to gather information and feedback from the public. So anyway, watch for that. We're excited for that, and this is really cool information and important. I mean, if you drive between here and Mankato, that's a really important intersection, and so we want to make sure that it's safe. We want to make sure that delays are reduced where and when we can, if we're not, hampering safety. We want to make sure that we're being good stewards of resources, whether it's state tax dollars or local tax dollars, good stewards of those resources. So anyway, watch for that. That's fantastic stuff that's coming up. Let me get into some tidbits. I got to mention MRVT, so Minnesota River Valley Transit System here in St. Peter and Le Sueur. The date is kind of in, and next time around, this is a little teaser for the next State of the City. I'm going to have some additional information, but you may not know this. MRVT provided over 70,000 rides to people last year, over 70,000 in St. Peter and in Le Sueur. That's an amazing number of rides. So kudos to us, and kudos to those of you that use MRV Transit. It's a great alternative. It's public transit. It works really slick, and so we really encourage you to look at it. I'm going to put a link under here how you can see more on our website about MRVT, Minnesota River Valley Transit. I also want to mention the hot sheet. I usually mention this, but here's a copy of last week's hot sheet. And in the hot sheet for last week and for this week, we have a great article about fire hall and sales tax. Now, I know there's another one in the St. Peter Herald. I kind of did, I think, what they call an op-ed piece about that, providing some information. So check it out there. And then there's a little bit of different article here about the sales tax and how that works. So watch for that. This is an important topic, I think, to lots of people within our community. You know, our old fire halls from 1929, we got to do something. Now's the time, I think, to do something. And so if you want more information, please look for those or give us a call. We'll be happy to work with you on that. The next one that I have for you, the next item, is one of these, what we call a talent pool card. People that are interested in serving on boards and commissions, we ask them to fill this out, send this in. There's also a web version of this, an online version of this, but we have openings yet, one on the Economic Development Authority and one on, I think, Planning and Zoning. So if you're interested in those type of things or any of the others, because we have turnout over throughout the year on all these. It just doesn't happen at the end of the beginning of the year. Please give us a call. We'll be happy to visit with you about what's available. I also got to mention River's Edge, our friends at River's Edge. You know, that construction project is kind of getting close to the end. July-ish is when it should all be completed. But I also have to say a kudos to all the staff there. They're doing a great job. Our new CEO, Joseph Stratton, starts here in another month. And the team out there has been doing great. And I also have to mention OFC and Dr. Kyle's using that new robot. It's pretty cool. He's done well. When we met a week or so ago, he had done over 30 surgeries using that robot system that provides for smaller incisions, even more accuracy, and in the hands of a skilled surgeon like him, boy, that's a winner for what you want to do, whether it's a knee or hip or oh man, they do great work out there, so we want to mention that as well. And then I want to mention, I always have a recycling kind of tidbit. So many of you have seen this before. Here's my recycling tidbit. We have sent out calendars within your utility bill, so you can see when it is recycling day. Since we went from every week to every other week, you can see what is the on week for that. I do have to mention that we're keeping really close track, and it'll be interesting to see if recycling actually went down. Here's the deal. When we were at every other week, which is about 2 years ago now, and we went to every week, we did not see an increase in the amount of recycling that was done. And we were measuring this by weight, so we didn't see an increase. So it'll be interesting to see if now that we were on every week and went to every other week, whether we see a decrease in the amount of recycling that goes on by weight. I know it's a little bit more inconvenient. I get that. I live in town and have that too, so I really get that. But please continue to make use of recycling. There's lots of wonderful ways to recycling, and don't forget food waste composting, so that's another tip for you. That's it. I got to go. Here's ways you can contact us. Email us. Check us out on our website. We'd love it if you like us on Facebook, a phone number. We tweet. And then there's our YouTube channel that has council meetings and school board meetings and county commissioner meetings and video blogs too. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Thanks for clicking on State of the City. Hope to see you again next time.